I wrote my thesis at New Ways Advanced Applications. We examined the deployment of a real-life circular business model from two perspectives, where we examined how does this model fit into this academic and policy landscape, and subsequently we dove into the practicalities of this circular business model. What surprised me was that there was a lot of ideology involved. I maybe expected a bit more business strategy, economic benefits, numbers game, but there were a lot of people that really did this out of care for the environment. We examined a forecast information sharing process. So that is a process where two firms share their forecast of demand with each other to make one demand prediction that they both can, optimize their processes on. One of the key takeaways is that the circular economy requires more collaboration, requires more social aspects of supply chain management, but there is much potential there. In the end, it turned out that the model that used different information sources and then combine it into one turned out to be the best model, which also speaks for the importance of collaboration and using different information sources. To see these elements that you read a lot about in the literature, to see them in reality, usually more positive than they are described in the literature, that was quite surprising. And I think I'm now thinking of a quote that I read in one of these academic papers, which was, being technically connected doesn't mean you're socially connected. And to see that social connection very much was really nice and surprising to see. I spoke with one of the people responsible for the deployment of this model, and he also arrived in this second-hand car which he made out of remanufactured parts himself in his own garage, which was like the visual representation of how the people in charge of this deployment think. I think the future of the circular economy is really bright.